Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the K-1 visa process. And I've had a lot of people ask me the last few months, we're sort of at the end of Biden's first 100 days. So people have asked me, is the K-1 visa process markedly different under Biden? My main answer to that is, yeah, it's moving. The final year under Trump, essentially we saw virtually no K-1s going through, although we did manage to get a couple through in the latter half of 2020, and we did see a couple go through right at the end of Trump's term, the first couple of weeks of 2021. But again, those were kind of cases that were already in the pipeline, and it was my impression the embassy was doing their best to go ahead and get those moved off because they knew there was more backlog coming down the pike. Long story short, yeah, it's moving. Also, I would say there isn't this sort of, I don't know how to put it, sort of this policy shadow, if you will, hovering over the immigration system that's sort of there intending to make it more difficult. I don't know how to put it any other way than that, but you know, we just saw that a lot. It's not funny. I'm sort of smiling. It's almost gallows humor because it was really difficult times. Man, 2020 was the hardest year I've ever done immigration, especially things like consular processing. It was just, you know, things got cut off, things were getting moved around. There was a backlog in places. We never really dealt with backlogs before. There was faster processing in certain places where, in a sense, in my mind at least, there really shouldn't be because it doesn't really get anyone anywhere. It's just sort of a hurry up and wait endeavor. But long story short on this, yeah, I would say it's definitely better than under Trump, not getting political, just talking about the overall process. However, these things don't just stop on a dime, and there are still policies in place and kind of a paradigm that's still kind of lingering that's causing some issues with respect to processing. The defunding at the end of last summer, or the attempt to sort of defund USCIS last summer, at the end of last summer, I think that had a real lasting impact, and we have discussed that sort of at length, stuff regarding contractors who were working for USCIS that got laid off and things. You know, I will say receipt notices are now starting to come in a little bit quicker, but we've still got receipt notices that we're still trying to get a receipt notice on that in the past it would have been nothing. It would have been sent in, had a receipt back, no problem. That said, it is what it is. I would say overall it's getting better. I definitely don't think it's where it even was in 2019 in terms of just basic processing protocols, you know, have been totally upended. Now, you can't blame Trump for everything. You know, the response to COVID had an impact as well. But long story short, yeah, definitely if we're looking at it in terms of years, thus far 2021 is turning out better from a visa processing standpoint than 2020 was.